So to bring you up to date with this week's news on a company's bad business practices, proving that they can be worse if they roll up their sleeves and really try, Nintendo has been actively trying to take down a YouTuber, pointcrow, with not just copyright claims but also bullshit strikes to his channel, which if you're unaware, 3 of those could take your whole channel down, and everything you've worked on, and if you restart a channel it can be hard to recover those lost videos, if at all. One of the videos that got taken down doesn't have anything to do with Breath of the Wild, which seems to be their issue, which is that he made a mod for that game. He had apparently done speedruns of their games in the past, and they didn't seem to have a problem then. He also pleaded with Nintendo to remove these claims on his videos, but they refused to, which is concerning that they believe that they can get away with this, and aren't worried about the consequences, like million-dollar lawsuits for flagging videos that have nothing to do with what they're even talking about. Whether it's a specific game, or even if it has nothing to do with modding in it, playing games and doing speedruns on YouTube doesn't break any copyright laws. It's also concerning that YouTube never helps its creators in defending them from obviously bullshit copyright claims. I don't know what they would have done in this situation like this, but when it's between 2 creators, they rarely help anyone to resolve it. Companies like Nintendo need to understand how copyright laws work and need to stop abusing them as if fair use isn't a thing, and they have a history with this type of insane lax use of copyright laws, which are utilized to target people right before they release something, like they're doing soon with the new Zelda game, actively attacking people who draw eyes to their games, because why would you want anyone to promote your games, especially new ones? And to go along with this insanity of Nintendo's pursuits, Gary Bowser, yes that is his name, if you ever wondered what Bowser's full name is, well now you know. He's a hacker who worked for the hacking group Team Executor, who allowed players to play pirated games, and I guess was taking coins away from Mario. That's all he did. I don't see the problem. It's a victimless crime. This isn't the early 2000s.
The pirates are out to get you. Don't let them brand you with their mark. Piracy funds organised crime and will destroy our film and video industry. Piracy costs jobs and will destroy our music and publishing industry. Piracy funds terrorism and will destroy our development and your future enjoyment. Don't touch the hot stuff. Cool is copyright.
Well, he's just been released from prison. He got out early on good behaviour after serving 2 years of his 40-month sentence, and yet they still want him to pay back $14 million, so they've ruined a man's life, first by putting him behind bars, and even after serving his time, they still want him to pay back so much that he'll be paying them back for the rest of his life. Apparently working out to be about 20% of his earnings each month. Is that really necessary? He already spent 2 years in prison. I feel like it's one or the other. Either hit them financially or don't. But this is a little overkill, don't you think? And in prison you make nothing, so during that time he was only able to pay off $175, which was $25 monthly from working in the prison library. You're almost there, Bowser, just a little bit more. This is because Team Executive made millions, but Bowser here only made a fraction of that. And I guess other leaders of Team Executive were also charged, but I don't really know what happened with them. Imagine pretending to care about piracy this much, companies are so out of touch, no one gives a shit, and they don't either, as the amount that he made and the amount that they will make from him are meaningless to them, plus not having to pay bullshit prices makes him a hero. Obviously that's an exaggeration, they were doing this for profit and that alone, but I don't want to get too much into this, but I mean, this is why better services for entertainment exist, like for example streaming services for movies. Maybe it's not directly the reason, but it helped, so you don't have to pay $30 for a movie anymore. Piracy was and is a good thing. They seem to be like the only video game company that still has an issue with people modding their games. Every game has mods and every company should support their audience in creating them, but this is Nintendo and it shouldn't really surprise anyone that they would be this backwards, considering they basically bowed out of the competition with PlayStation and Xbox, and it's been that way for like a decade because their platforms are shit, the hardware is shit, and they refuse to evolve in like any way. Try playing any third-party game on the Switch. The ports are bad, and an impressive port for them was The Witcher 3, which has performance issues. And they have a history of having almost no third-party support. It's almost inspiring how they manage to not only trudge along, but are actually successful, while also shitting on their fans. I love it. I think it's great. You basically have to be a masochist to enjoy Nintendo's experience at this point. And if that's what you're into, that's okay. I'm not here to kink shame or anything. I'll give a little shout out to Nintendo though, as the new Mario movie is doing well, and it's now the biggest video game adaptation ever, which is about to cross $1 billion at the box office, meaning it'll be one of the biggest movies of the year, and one of the biggest animated movies ever, and it's only going to make more. So there's that, but anyways, that's the news for the week. Nintendo sucks, Donkey Kong's nuts.